We gon' break up, then we make up. Act like we're gonna be friends. Blaze the fire, take me higher. Leave it all over again, all over again. Leave it all over again, all over again. Leave it all over again. We gon' break up, then we make up. Act like we're gonna be friends. Blaze the fire, take me higher. Leave it all over again, all over again. Leave it all over again, all over again. Leave it all over again. All over, babe. To see you are the honest I'll ever be. I'm so sorry I never stayed. Overreact and just walk away. Take me back to the place I know. I have the power to let things go. I'm so lost I can't see the shore. You know what that means, we've been here before. Mind and body just can't agree on what I should do when I don't feel free. You're not holding me back,
Let's go. Let's go. I believe I can fly. G'day. How on earth are we, everybody? I'll just press a few buttons to make sure we've got some sound and we'll be good to go. There's a few buttons. G'day everyone, welcome. It is our Paul Ricard 8-hour event. We are at Paul Ricard. Fancy that. Tonight we have qualifying. If you're unsure how qualifying works, it's 3 different qualifying sessions followed by a top 10 shootout. I'll just change that over to the correct Monday. Up first we have, that's going to leave a mark. Close that, done. So at first we have severe issues with the, oh my god, this is too many buttons to press. We've got the GT4s. We got there in the end. Introducing our commentators for this session, we've got Patrick Oliver and Alex Bowen. How are we, gentlemen?
Malik, good evening. I am fired up. I'm ready. So
I'm quite good, actually. What about you, Mol?
I'm fantastic. I've been joined by you two guys who are currently in lockdown, so it's good to get you involved.
Yep, definitely. I don't know what I would be doing if this event wasn't on this weekend, so can be thankful for you putting on such an amazing event, Mel, for all these people to participate in and to watch.
I appreciate you guys helping out.
Of course.
What are your thoughts on the GT4s as we head into this session?
Well, probably first big event they've appeared in, right? Would we call out British GT4 series?
I'd say this is the first official major event that we've actually had the GT4s in. We've obviously, as you said, we had that GT4 series based at the British circuits, but we have, I think 8 competing tonight and this weekend. We do have someone in the Ginetta, so they could probably write a thesis during their time down Mistral over the weekend, but it's great to see a nice variety of GT4s. No game audio.
Yeah, there's more variety of GT4s than there is a variety of GT3s.
Yeah, that is very true. That is very, very true. There definitely should be some game audio.
There is. It's just a bit quiet.
That's alright. Give it a bit of a kick in the guts. Also on YouTube, you'll see now that we have a poll. There's a poll you can put up. Oh my goodness! When I saw that today, when I pressed the button, I got a little bit excited. So. I'm not sure if it's actually closed or not, but which car will claim pole tonight? Now, as we touched base on just before with Alex, there's a few cars that are very heavily picked for Paul Ricard, and I'm very sad not to see a Bentley out there. So we've got McLaren, Aston Martin, or Ferrari, or another grouping called Other. Now, the Other does contain everything else, including the Porsche of Bakita, which is currently leading 41% of the way. What do you guys reckon? Who's going to take pole tonight?
I chose Other. I voted for Other. I think there's just one driver that seems to be impossible to beat at the moment, and I think that is Philip Bakita.
I'm praying for a Ferrari to get up on there, since I am driving a Ferrari tomorrow during the 8-hour, but we'll see what happens.
The GT4, I'm gonna go American Power.
Chevy?
I'm gonna go Chevy. Yep.
Yeah, well, we'll try and touch base with all the different GT4s out there during this session. There's 20-minute qualifying sessions. This will set the grid pretty much for the back end. I don't see a GT4 getting ahead of a GT3 during qualifying. Unless the GT3's made a mistake, but I'm pretty sure we're still going to put them behind the GT3s. For obvious reasons, it's about 8 to 10 seconds down in lap times. But you just
Also,
never know.
Just want to point something out to the chatters that may not know. There's also something else that has appeared on your YouTube page. It's called the Join button.
Oh, yes.
If you like to support Octane Online Racing and aren't a Patreon, that is a perfect way to do so. It's multiple tiers of it, and I assume the majority of that subscription goes to Octane Online Racing and back into the stream like always.
Well, that's it, mate. If you want more of a long-term commitment, we always recommend Patreon because the cut we get as a group is a lot higher than Twitch or YouTube. But if you also want some perks on YouTube and stuff that will grow along the way, feel free to join. We'd love to see it. And yeah, much appreciated. Yeah, get everyone in chat. Is any GT3 going to get out qualified by GT4? Well, thank you very much. They're December Projects, our first member. That doesn't include myself. I bought my own subscription. I don't know why, but I did. When you become partner on Twitch, for example, you can assign a lifetime membership to a person. I did that to myself because it just looks better. But I had to do it after we became partners, so there's a lot of people on the channel that have been subs for a lot longer than I was. But much appreciated there, December Projects. We're also doing the tiers in Fuel Octane. So if you see 87 Octane, there's also, I think there's a 93 Octane. If you're familiar with fuel or gas or however you want to call it, you know what that means.
That was going to be my next question, because I was awfully confused by the 87.
We're not going to have an ethanol one. I don't even know what octane
E10. That's the first tier, and then top tier is E85.
Thanks very much, everyone. So yes, at the moment we have Tim Wright, who's got a fair bit of airtime. Currently going to seat himself in P3. I've had a request to have a squiz at the Chevy.
Might be closer than we think. 300s.
We will check this button out. So we're looking at the HUD a little bit differently for qualifying tonight. But it's normally not ideal. It probably works out perfect for GT4s because we only have 8.
What's going on here? Did he go back to the pits?
Must have done. So Nichols leads away at 204.539. We've got 45 teams registered for this event. It's great to see. What top speed does the Chevy get up to? I hear if you cut the corner beforehand, it can get up to 280. Is that right? Is that actually true?
Surely it can't get up to 280.
Nichols has done something. We had a corner cutting race last night. Maybe he was getting a good old wind up. Oh, he's backed off. Oh, he's not showing us his hand here. It's an interesting strategy. I'm not sure if it's going to pay off.
Bold strategy, guys. See if it pays off.
Out of the GT4 cars, guys, which ones have you driven or which ones do you prefer? What's your favourite?
I have only driven... I drove the BMW for one event and then the Audi for the rest of the events because No, I drove the Porsche for the first event, that's right, and then you called me out on stream, so I changed my mind to the Audi.
I'd never call you out on stream, mate.
Saw the engine light 3 times in that car.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I have not driven a single GT4 in this game. But
Not a single... Have you got the GT4 pack, Alex?
no, I've actually...
Well, that'd make it awfully hard, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just a little bit, but yeah, I just haven't been so invested in the GT4s enough to warrant getting the pack.
That's fair enough. If anything, they're a little bit just more of a gimmick. Not saying that the cars aren't very well done on the game or a lot of fun, but if you're into ACC, you're basically in it for the GT3s.
Yeah.
I don't even think what my favourite would be. I do really like the Ginetta. I love the look of the Ginetta, but you have to be a big testicle man here to race it at Paul Ricard because on the straights it's not great.
No Alpine in France. That's a bit sad.
So yeah, the same issue with the Alpine. It's just a bit down on the straight. Right, let's see Lockie Nichols on a hot lap. He's up a 10th. What type of top speed can the Chevy get up to? The Alpine is our safety car this year. This is why we're not using it for the safety car this weekend. The best sounding...
The Alpine doesn't have the 1,000 horsepower Renault engine in it.
No. The safety car this weekend is the best sounding car in the game. What is it?
62. That's alright, I assume. 262.
Yeah, Oh, and he's invalidated. Just kept it a little too wide on the exit.
Maybe he was just trying to show off. That is
Yeah.
70 kilometers faster than this car.
I don't know why. On other tracks that don't have long straights, surely the Janettas can make up for it, but I've never thought the Janetta was a heap slower when I've raced other people in it.
I like how it has the only like round wheel.
Yeah.
It just has a car wheel with a Fanatec podium thing on it.
Yeah. It looks so out of place compared to the other cars.
Oh, it's a mono wheel. That's interesting.
Just love the shape. The old
Straight
Janetta.
out of Super Cheap.
Super cheap. Where
And they
is
cross them.
Aaron? So, did one of the DDF racing teams tonight. So it's very close between three of those cars right there. One of two Astons. What other ones can we have a bit of a squizzle at?
Is there a Mercedes? GT4?
I don't think so. We've got an Audi. There's a McLaren,
Got any?
a Porsche we saw before, and the Aston Martin. Let's have a look
It's a
at
good mix.
James Pierre and the Audi.
Currently 4/10 up. As I say that, well, now he's kept it.
This could be provisional pole here for the GT4 class. He's gone a bit wide.
It's still valid. It's still valid.
It's
Oh,
going to
I
be
thought he would
close.
have lost. I think he's just going to snag it for now.
300.
There we go. 204.5.
Wow.
Ruggy's
So-
saying GT4s make him sick.
I mean, it would make you bored to get car sick, I guess. That back straight. Just stay
Yeah.
little the whole time.
They're a lot of fun on the winding tracks that don't have much track width. That's why the GT4 series at the British tracks was amazing. Like, tracks like Alton Park, Snetterton, they just come into their own with these cars.
Okay, here's a question for you, Malt. For the people watching at home, can you explain the passing rules
I can.
for the GT4s versus GT3s?
If you're familiar with how our blue flag system works for normal GT3 racing, it's similar to F1 where you have to move off the racing line and not defend into a corner. This takes the guesswork out of what you think you are doing to defend. For GT4s though, because the speed difference between them, there's about probably 15 to 20 k's on average difference between GT3, GT4 and a Mistral. The GT4s are just to stay on the racing line and just do their thing. It's up to the GT3 cars to set it up and to overtake. Again though, don't defend into the corners, but just go about your business, and there, the pressure's on the GT3 to get the move done when they can. We just need a GT1 car in there just to mix it up. The Porsche.
So, yeah, that makes it pretty easy, I think.
Oh,
Rather
it
than
does.
people trying to yield before corners and on apexes and things, I think given the faster cars, the ones that have to make the move makes it a bit easier.
If you're familiar with iRacing multi-class events, that's pretty much how that works. It's up to the cars that are quicker to get past.
Yeah, real life.
Yes. What else we got to look at? Teddy Barrett in the McLaren.
Lone McLaren.
What are your thoughts on the shape of this car? It looks tiny.
It looks
Really?
very small, but it does look quite like a good car.
Well, I wouldn't be upset if it rocked up in my driveway.
Me
I don't
neither.
understand why they needed the race dash in the middle and then the normal dash still there. Like,
That's a good point.
confuses me. Do you need two dashes? But there's too much to look at.
It gives you options.
Then you got race logic as well to throw into the mix.
Yeah, I don't know where that. Oh, that usually is above like the aircon vents in
Yeah.
GT3 cars, I think.
There's got to be some other type of data.
What's different here? Oh, I guess it's just giving you the lap data as well.
Yep. Which is what race logic does. The speed is just what your speedo does. The gears are what your speedo does. Lap number, that could be a different type of data.
Do you need that? Really?
Yeah, do you really need it? You probably got your engineer in your ear saying, yeah, you're on lap 6, your tyres are cooked, come in.
You'd hope they'd have some information like that.
Bono, my tyres are gone.
Oh, I thought he was going to go green there.
Isn't that the Porsche cluster? That looks like the Porsche. The thing on the aircon vents looks like the Porsche cluster.
We can compare it to the Porsche GT4, as we see Lachlan Nichols has just gone bang. By bang I mean 1/10. Similar-ish, it's a similar shape.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, the graphics not the same, but the shape of the box seems the same.
Let's just go head down to the Aston Martins. Pretty much copy-paste the GT4, just a few slight tweaks. I've never found it to be much different under the wheel. As we've got Ed Fielder, one of the DDF teams. I think both DDF teams are running the GT4, so there's a bit of inter-team battles here.
I reckon that may just be invalidated.
Yep.
Wait for it, mate.
All the pressure. Oh, this is a bright one.
Like
Glenn
it.
Jones, Odyssey Racing, pink, I'd assume.
Yep.
That is the the boys in pink.
There were a late change as well. They were going to be the usual Ferrari for Odyssey Racing, but they changed a bit closer to the event. Get into that GT4 of the Aston.
I think Space Dog's in this team as well.
Yes.
Yep.
2-man. That'd be fun.
McLaren GT4 drivers. Yeah, I run triples. You'll need 2 of them for the dash. Off the top of your head, what's your favourite dash in the GT3 cars? And why is it the McLaren?
I was gonna say the Honda.
Honda?
I like the Honda's display. Makes it everything's quite like easy. The Lambo actually is also good. I like the tire data for the Lambo's basic one. It's like in your face.
Yeah.
The Lambo's one is pretty good.
I'm going to have to look at them again for the next session. From memory, the McLaren ones, it's very, very modern. It looks pretty cool. Very digital.
The Jag is
I can't think of the worst one is.
the Jag.
I
Check
find-
driver ID, please.
Okay, besides the Jag, which is in its own ballpark, back to the 1980s, one of the ones, it's just in a really bad location. I don't like the Audi. Audi looks like you've changed the ratio of your monitor. It looks squished and wrong, as
4-3.
Glenn Jones has taken that a little bit wrong.
It's taking a cool down lap as well. Have we got any people on improvers?
We do. Nichols is up 3/10. He's really pushing for that pole position for the GT4s.
Could we see a 3?
Could this be 2 events
Close.
that he's put cars on pole? Didn't he put the Honda on pole at Bathurst?
Probably did. I'm pretty sure he did. He's in a rich vein of form. Is Mr. Nichols. Show me the Janetta, because Scott asked so nicely. I'm going to decline. It's in the pits. They're done. Oh, he's really...
Wow.
It's on edge.
Nichols will know how to handle a tough car. I mean, he has won a race in the Jag, mind you.
Yes, very true. He did win a race in the Jag. He's just lost a couple of tenths there. Diebold's game has crashed. Yes, and start it back up. Probably the best option. Oh, he's given it to her there. He's up. But so is the car behind. He's going to get one more lap in.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. Fuel.
For the $10.69.
Thank you very much, Stick Death. You are an amazing human being, as your team looks to compete this weekend against each other, which is great to see. Oh, here we. This is a big chance through
Wait.
last couple of corners. Oh, he's nailed that. He's nailed that. 100%. He's got it.
Oh, I think that might have been too much curb on the inside there,
It's
Marlon.
gonna be
I'm
tight.
faithful. I've got all the faith. Oh, 24,000.
Oh,
You
that's
cursed it.
gotta hurt.
He said he had faith.
Oh, he nailed the turn in. It just got a little bit squirrely.
I think too much
it's
curb
the
on
wall.
that exit of the last corner. Just
I think, yeah, on the throttle a
That's
little
very
bit too
fine.
early. As Barrett's up 7,000.
yeah.
Sorry. Hey, no one crashed. That's a positive, and this is what we're about.
Until after the checkered flag, when the Audi just decided to yeesh us into the wall.
I have started the curses early though, so you are welcome. There will be there's no rain for qualifying. We do set it to a dry track. The same ish ambient for all
That would
sessions.
have been
That's
quite spicy
lovely
though.
through there.
Now that would have been a way to get a GT4 on the shootout. Torrential rain.
Oh my goodness.
Should have taken a bit of Bender's advice.
We might need to see Motec if GT4 gets into the shootout. Or someone like Hansi Cronjes throwing a few dollars into the just go really slow.
Nice try, Ted. Top 3. What more can you want?
What more could you want?
Pole position.
Alright, so the next session is for our Pro-Am and Pro-Am and AM class. We will change it on little screens here. There we go.
So we have some worldwide drivers in these two classes, I believe. I saw Christoph Holzer.
Yes, Holzer and his Eurobeat team is in here.
Yep.
We'll touch base on a few of the others. So our poll, we've had 134 votes. Which car will claim pole tonight? 40% are saying the other category. 29% McLaren, 17% Ferrari, and 14% Aston Martin. We would have added more options, but I think that was all I could add. Was 4, which is the exact same as on Twitch. But well done, Lockie Nichols.
Yeah, great job, mate.
Yeah, well done.
Now let's time to scrutinise some of these liveries and the dashes. We didn't really say much about the GT4 liveries. That's pretty standard for a special event to become artists. This is one of my picks for this Pro-Am, is Megan D.
Anyways, I should probably
Yes, that's right.
head out now.
Get out of here, mate. Get out of here. Thanks for joining us, Alex.
No
Thanks,
worries.
guys. Good luck, mate.
I'll catch you tomorrow.
See you, mate. All the best. G'day, Liam K. Welcome to the commentary box. Nope.
Hello.
There he is.
There
There he is. That's
How's it
all
going,
right.
lad?
Good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad.
We're enjoying ourselves. That's the main thing.
Ooh. I don't think this car is. I'm not sure what's happened there. Just getting some track space, taking the pressure off.
A lot more drivers in these two classes, that's for sure.
Yes, it's not as bad as we've seen. I think the most we've had was 27 for a class at one stage, but now we've got AM class back, and
Smart.
the session's 20 minutes. A lot of track space.
Here's a
Duh.
question. How many cars do we not have tonight?
Well, let's have a switch.
manufacturers.
Oh, are you talking teams that haven't rocked up or cars that haven't been entered?
Cars that haven't been entered.
Well, Bentley's definitely one. Top of my head, that's it. I'm pretty
That's
sure.
Bentley. We got a Honda?
And Honda.
Damn it.
Yeah. Honda and the Bentley.
And no Jags, I assume. No Aston Martin V12s.
No V12s, no Jags, no Reader Engineering.
Where's the Jag love?
The Jag Love's been pretty much used up. It's,
All in sprint.
there's no Lexus, obviously, but I've heard rumours that next season is sprint. I've just heard rumours. There's a Japanese team entering.
There was a photo, some car was photoed, its front quarter was photoed in the ACC General. I don't know what car that was.
It could be. I'm not sure what car it is, but there's a new car coming to our sprint series, pending all systems going well during testing.
Oh, another car, Audi. Have we got Audis?
Yes, we do. Actually, I think the Audi that I was thinking of was GT4.
I guess that counts.
Yes, I guess. Definitely got Ferrari, Mercedes. So what? Audi, Honda, Bentley missing.
And the V12 was selectable, wasn't it?
Yes, the V12 selectable. It did get a run at the Bathurst.
Yeah, good old Franco.
I think it was Franco, McNulty, O'Brien as Megan D sets a 154.2. That is a cracking lap here in Pro-Am.
I'm going to say that's going to stick.
Do you reckon? Oh yeah. So what do we think cutoff's going to be for shootout?
54.5. Nah, it's got to be lower than that.
I think we'll have 6-7 teams in the 53s. That's what I feel, which is super quick. That is a big shout there though from Megan to put herself into the shootout.
I was watching a stream of another driver earlier, and she was fastest of the Pro-Ams by a good 6-7 tenths, I think. So,
Yep.
you know, lock her in.
Yeah, just the classes are still kind of provisional. What happens during classification week was one of our servers crashed, which is the external to the ones we host the races on. So we had to reboot it up, restart it, and you guys had to set the data again. During that time, obviously, some people couldn't get a lap in at the end of the week. So a lot of these classes are done manually.
Yeah.
Which is normally the case, because a bit of common sense always prevails there, because this is interesting. Paul Russell, a late entry to this event. There's obviously an event that was cancelled this weekend, and we've managed to sneak a few teams in. So, you're welcome. But I don't mind this livery. Very different here for the Ferrari. Very unusual.
I don't hate it. It's like a Subaru colour combo almost.
Subaru. Don't mind. That was close.
You really gotta make your own space. Gotta follow those standard sprint qualification rules.
Oh, gee whiz. 53.8 there for Megan.
There it goes.
There it goes. Welcome to Pro Class.
Extremely impressive.
It is impressive. So now we'll try and find another car that's smashing out there.
Are you driving tomorrow, Liam?
No, I'm not. I didn't get involved in this event. I do the sprint series, but I don't have time for tomorrow.
Fair enough.
That's fair
See,
enough.
I didn't think I would have time, but then
Then Melbourne happened.
Said, hold my beer.
Oh yeah. Were you still moving house, mate?
Next weekend now.
Next week.
Yeah, so.
Fingers bloody crossed, buddy.
Yep. Look, I'm probably not the only person in the situation, so what
Yeah.
I do is just twiddle my thumbs. And I'm glad we have communities and events like Octane Online Racing.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, so shout out to everyone that's having to deal with COVID, which is pretty much the majority of everyone out there. Some worse than others. Keep busy online, talk to your friends online,
Definitely.
and join OOR.
Another question.
Yes,
I'm just going to keep firing away.
mate, I'm all ears.
Rookie team attendance.
Yes.
What kind of numbers are we talking for rookie entrants?
For tonight?
Yep.
Oh, that's a good question. Let me just check something. So, teams that have kind of making their first appearance for our special events. At a guess, I'm going to say 10.
Good.
I'll just go through the entry list a little bit here. We've still got quite a few minutes left in this session. Team last name make their reappearance this week, and they've also added a third team. So team first name, team last name, and team middle name. If anyone knows the team last name joke, it's an F1 thing. No idea. So that's Paul Russell we were just watching before. I think they're making their debut. The double yellows. So Thomas Riley, Bradley Chaplin, and Daniel O'Donnell, they're making their appearance. They're in the rookies. Team Eurobeat. A lot of those guys are racing sprint now for Europe, but they have been through our rookies. TZ Racing. A few of the DDF guys are making their first appearance. Past the Power. Chris Brooker and Miles. So there's quite a lot of new faces out there, which is great to see. Some old heads have made a reappearance. We see Lachlan Henderson getting involved, and he races with the Stooges. Who else do we have kicking about? Odyssey Racing, and they have another 4 teams this week. GSR Motorsports have a couple of new faces. McDo Racing. Some blokes called 96 Racing, but they're bastards.
I thought they had a different. Oh wait, no, that's the other team.
Anyone just tuning in to hear me call a team of bastards, they're my friends. They're racing for my team.
Yep.
I've forced them to race under my team name. Convicts and Colonel. No Lonsell entries this week or this race. Convicts and Colonials. Now that's got a couple of Americans in it making their debut. Speedy Mite Racing, which is this team here, number 2. We've got Jelly, which is from the Netherlands. Cesano's raced before. He's from the States, and Ollie McGowan is from the Great Britain. Worn Tyre Tribe, Mobile Blue Flags, N1 Motorsport, and there. So there's quite a few new faces out there, which is we love to see.
I want to point out, Scope made a joke about this driver's last name, saying that they were a fake Shane Van Gisbergen. Jane Van Versbergen.
Trust Scope to make a joke like that.
Magnus Blums, you ask about any advice for rookie teams in these events. I think just doing your thing, not worrying about people around you. Just getting into a rhythm and getting those tyres into the right window as soon as possible, and having fun. I think the fun is probably the main thing that you want to remember, especially these bigger events. If it's your first couple of events, just make sure you're enjoying yourself. If you find yourself mad, once you finish the stint, take 5-10 and get back into it, because it's a fun team event at the end of the day, and they don't come around too often, so just enjoy yourself.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So how our ACC works at the moment, we've got our Sprint Series, which is our fully fledged stewarded streamed series, which is later in the week. We've got our Rookie Series, which is pretty much for anyone who wants to join in and learn with our track walkthroughs and a lot less intense racing. We do suggest that anyone that just wants to get involved to just start through Rookies, especially if you're a little bit nervous about it, what you think your skill is. There's no pressure out there, and basically most of this grid have been at Rookies at some stage and have just improved out of sight of the last 12 months. But if you are wanting to get in these events and you can't race on Tuesday nights, just jump in at some fun nights. And we've got a classification for that very good reason. If we think that you're 4 or 5 seconds off the pace and struggling a little bit, you probably won't make these events. But if you do kind of classify yourself within that window, all you got to be is safe on track, respect others, follow our rules, and you'll have a great time.
Ask questions. That's a big thing.
Yep.
That people sometimes don't take enough advantage of the Discord. It's huge. There's people from all parts and walks of life and the world. So ask the questions, because there'll most likely be an answer.
The Discord is super helpful. I ask my team chat for the Sprint Series stuff every week because I'm still learning everything. It's so helpful.
Definitely. I'm thankful to have someone like Andrew O'Hara and Team Mercedes that will usually, after getting upset at me, answer questions. Especially because I have no idea about Motec or setup, things like that. People are always willing to help try and make others learn.
And that's been, for me, one of the most impressive parts about the community and how everyone's got engaged and just help each other out. It's just great to see. No matter drivers that have done 2,000 laps on a certain circuit or done 20 laps, I don't mind helping you out if you ask the right questions and you show respect.
Megan D, you gotta stop.
You gotta stop. Just stop.
Park it, Megan.
Just stop.
Please.
This qualifying's
Park
dead. And on top of that, just a shout out to Cameron Farmer and Sean Madison in particular for their fantastic work they do for the rookies. Obviously, if I could give you guys the earth, I would. You're just fantastic around the community, and from everyone that does get themselves involved in rookies, much love to both of you. Plus,
One
also,
thing.
yes, go.
About that, there was a rookie that I hired for the Bathurst event last weekend, and they ended up being in the same qualifying session as Sean, and they were from Sean's split in the rookies, and they out-qualified Sean around Bathurst, the Bathurst guy. So I thought that was just absolutely killer.
Yeah.
Like seeing something like that, very cool.
Oh, exactly. Also, shout out Davis R for his work helping out with the North Americans. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure Cam's doing the Europe.
Yeah.
But if you're experienced in any area and want to get involved in OR stewarding or helping out in our regions, and just sing out. We'd love to get people involved. If this is your passion, then we're all about it.
Yep. And you also get people like Philippa and some of the faster drivers as well. They just hop in the walkthroughs, and if there are questions gone unanswered, people like Philippa or Andy will usually have an answer.
Just trying to cycle through the classes here. It's not easy with the way this is set up with this HUD, but Siraj Sandhu 13th. Maybe that's leading AM team. Could be wrong. No, I am. Nope, I'm wrong. Heath Dixon. That would be Apex rear wing. I'm fairly sure these guys have made every single special event we've done. Just
Oh yeah,
awesome
If
bunch.
you
Paul
guys don't
Kranich,
know-
one of my faves.
If you're not from here, Malik has a dog called Max, and if he said if every stream doesn't get 100 likes, then Max doesn't get fed. So it's on you guys to do your job, you know.
Max is a beautiful 12-year-old golden retriever. So yeah, it's on you. If you don't like dogs, don't like. RSPCA, if you're watching, I do feed him.
It's just for content purposes. Why is that a moderated thing?
No idea. I'm not sure. What's the highest a Pro-Am has ever finished an event? Oh, from memory, 7th? 8th? We've seen a couple of qualifying performances which has been right up the pointy end. But as we always say, when people see Pro-Ams that are sitting in the top 10 of a shootout, basically the teams, it's a team classing, it's not an individual driver classing. So they're probably the top end driver of that team, the other one's probably a little bit slower.
Oh, Mitch Hobbs at Bathurst did a good job. I think he started us in about 8. He made the shootout from memory, and I think started about 8, somewhere like that, 6, 8, something.
Oh, speaking of going quick, Paul Russell's going to sneak into that P1 position with a 53.5. Great driving there. So Megan down to P2. Both those times for car 6 and car 720 have a big chance to make this top 10 shootout.
And
Another.
close for that pro.
I was just talking about returning drivers before. Dan Juar makes his reappearance tonight or this week. He actually got team last name P2 and into the shootout for Bathurst 6 hour, one of the original races.
Yep.
Didn't quite have the same luck during the shootout, but still a performance. And we've also got Frank Frankfurt making his return. He wanted a shout out, so good luck to you, Frank Frankfurt.
Wait, what team is Frank driving in?
team middle name off the top of my head.
Okay. You love to see it. Top bloke, Frank.
Ah, he just made the shootout and then snuck it into. It was the other way around. Either way, that's just stellar. Where did you guys finish during the race, though, Bender?
What happened, Bender?
Wasn't enough rain, he'll say.
That's a great excuse.
Yeah, it's what he normally says, and then he gets his rain, and then he goes further backwards.
Liam, here's a question for you. If you've seen the schedule that OR's put out for the next couple of special events, do any of those tracks catch your eye? Do you think you'll try and get a car in any of those events?
Question.
Oh, for sure. I'll go into the next one. I haven't actually looked at the schedule.
I was about to say, let's quiz him. Let's put the heat on him.
Misano at night. That's a spicy
Misano at
one.
night? That's terrifying, but I'll do it.
And
Just
then
for the
I
thrill.
think Kyalami
Yep.
for 9 hours. And then
I just-
Silverstone for 12.
Oh, Clayton.
I'll do Kyalami and Silverstone. I think it was 10 hours at Kyalami just with a couple mates. So I'd be down to do that one.
So with
Misano at night is terrifying.
what I'm looking forward to is we could do the traditional tracks for endurance that everyone else does. We've done them before, like Nürburgring. We're talking Spa. But we wanted to do something different that you guys just haven't done, that we haven't done. And we thought Misano's pretty fun and it's a good endurance track, but why not do it at night? It's got a wicked set of track lights.
I don't know if you're
Whole
that guy
race.
Stein from real life last week. What, he'll break like 5 discs or something?
Oh yeah, that's...
Yeah, he hit that sausage curb on that exit of like 6 or 7. The rear end was like 4 meters in the air.
What did Andy say? Was there something about he hating Misano?
Misano, yeah.
That's fine. Not every track's for everybody. Andy will probably still join and still have himself some great fun. 8 hours of Laguna, so nah. But with Laguna, for our next endurance series, that will be in the 4-race calendar. We've nearly finished, finalised all that up, so keep an eye. That will be coming to North America and Europe, pending entries. But we are wishing to do that for all regions. But I think, yeah, I'll still race it. So we've named the events a bit differently as well. We've got Midnight at Misano, 9 hours of Kyalami, which is, you can't really change that too much. And Silverstone to Sundown. Well, yeah, that's right. Silverstone will be 12 hours. 12 hours
Yeah.
Alton Park. Nathan Pearce chose
All the guys
death.
look like here, Mel.
Paul Russell, P1. But we've gone board with Megan, who's up 2/10. Very similar scenario here that we saw in qualifying 1. Well, so that's the time to remember at the moment is Megan D's 53.637. That's the time that people have to beat, as well as the 53.577 by Russell. But this is going to be close.
Something about you in that last corner, Molly.
I didn't say I didn't say it this time. I learned my lesson. Didn't quite improve, but still a great performance.
Close. That's great quality. So it's still really close from P3 to P.
8th and 9th are tied there, exactly the same
Okay.
time.
That was incredibly tight. But anyway, my shift is up. Thank you.
Thanks for
having me
joining
on,
us, Liam.
No
Have
worries,
a great
mate. Nice
night,
to
mate.
meet you, Liam.
Talk
lad.
to you
Yeah,
tomorrow.
good to see you. Talk to you tomorrow. See ya.
Well, here is where the players come out to play.
Yeah, hello, Sean Bubdale. How are we?
Good evening, gentlemen.
Evening, Sean. Good to hear from you, mate.
Right, how are you enjoying the Melbourne lockdown?
Well, I'm getting pretty used to it, so, you know, same old, same old. But, you know, we're not here to put shoes on caterpillars. We're here to watch some amazing qualifying here in France, so...
Yeah, the pros are about to be unleashed onto Paul Ricard.
Yeah, do we think most of the pros are going to be in that 53
Oh,
range?
no,
You don't reckon?
nah. I don't think they'll all
Wow.
get in there.
Teens. Absolute scenes. What the Nissans?
We're going to make a prediction. First off, I'm going to try and count how many pros we do have. 14 is off the top of my head, but that's probably wrong.
It's probably not far off though.
If we do see all of them in the 53s, then that's fantastic. If we see someone in the 52s, what will poll time be? YouTube.
52.4.
Ooh, that's not a bad call. Is that similar-ish pace to what happened earlier in the sprint series?
I'm
Not far
actually
off, to be honest.
I'm going to say 52.8. 51.9 says Connor. Connor chose speed.
I don't think we're seeing a 51. I know Philip was fast, but I think...
Well, 52.5 is another call, not bad. Scout with a 52.9.
Yeah, I've gone similar to Scout.
similar to
Yeah.
Dan.
Post it in chat, we'll find out the winner and we'll send you a prize pack straight from Patrick Oliver's house.
Yep, I'll send you some of those dog biscuits I was going to send Max.
Oh, you're feeding Max this week, are you?
Oh, only
That's
if we
his
get
job.
to 100 likes.
Well, I better hit the like button then, because I like Max.
Look, 62 other people also like Max, but, you know,
So the track temp's probably around the 27 mark, I'm guessing. Let me
pretty
just...
spicy.
32 degree track temp, so you're not going to... We don't have the track temp set to stupidly low things.
Gets cold here, Mal, I tell ya.
Yeah.
They do have a bit of a tailwind though, so that might help out slightly.
Or do they just...
Yeah, it's sort of little 2 kilometre.
Is it a
hour
crosswind though?
one. Yeah, slight crosswind, nothing
Look
too
out on the
major.
Mistral.
Give a bit of a
What
fade.
direction?
We're going to put the pressure on Hobbsy first, who's up 5/10 from I don't know what. What is that compared to?
Nothing.
Yeah.
He's flying them.
He's flying. If you can manage to really time it here and get a bit of a draft without being too close to kind of jeopardise your time in Sector 3, it does help. Maybe teams will work together if they've got 2 teams. But I big doubt that because
It's racing.
it's race exactly.
I can say in my qualifying days that I don't follow team orders.
It's very good looking lap so far as ahead he has invalidation. So there's another curse.
Well,
Well, sorry.
put on the board. Who's gone P1? Is that Corey Bruno Gallo?
54.6 for 54 flat.
Oh, there's a spicy lap coming in.
50, is that better
53.6.
That's the best lap so far, I think.
Smitty 42 thousandths back. So we've got 2 times into the 53s. 100 tailwind.
The 100's blowing.
How's that going there for you, Paddy?
Yeah, the 100's blowing pretty well here. You know, that French 100 is just a bit different, especially on the... There's no plane. There's a big plane here. Also next to the airport. Shout out to Puns and things. Sure.
I've got Woo Kits in P4. He's making his debut for our special events for car 324. I think that's
low on the leaderboard.
GSR Motorsports. As we've got Reynolds, Smith, and Rose, who's just jumped up to P3.
She's just done a high 53, I believe, if my math is correct.
53.9-ish, or maybe 54.0.
So Russell still has the fastest time from the last session. We may have to recalculate some of these classes because that is baller. I'm pretty sure that team's quite similar pace. Gallo is flying here. You sometimes just don't believe how much time you can gain in Sector 3.
It is a very complex sector too.
It sucks.
I am
Last curve.
horrific at it.
That
I
inside
think
last
I've
curve.
done it right
Yeah.
once.
I was matching Andy O'Hara for Sector 1 and 2, and every single for Sector 3, I'm like 8 tenths. I'm just... Obviously, it might be a bit of setup, but Garbage is Bakita!
Oh, Philippa, look out.
Give me my Bakita back, Mac. Says 53 flat.
Oh, look
Mind
at
you, Smith isn't far behind, only 800ths of a second.
We're down to the top 5 all into the 53s. So we'll try and keep an eye out on if we can think Russell and D will make top 10. They're a big shout. They're a big shout in my opinion. D'ing and effing at this track is very hard unless your name's Sonoda. Actually, can't remember who DNF'd as. James goes up to P6 exactly at the same time as Gallo. And that is a 53.697, so maximum pace.
These are all times that I will probably never achieve. That's good to see.
Rose down to 8th. That's how quick this grid is. Caroud's above Rose. Or Rose is now above Caroud. Mitch Hobbs still yet to set a time. Jean-Pierre Sonicus yet to set a time. So we've got a couple of fast teams really battling with track limits.
You've cursed them.
I didn't say
It's
that.
his
No,
community, it's
if you
all
want, exactly. I didn't say Sonicus 100% going to get pole and then not. That would be a massive curse. But definitely going to get pole.
He's already cursed 2 people tonight, so, you know, why not just add another one?
Let's just round out 10 curses. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like our channel and what we do here at Octane Online Racing. Every like is 1 biscuit towards my dog's food.
Yeah, paid in biscuits.
Paid in biscuits.
We've got 35 biscuits to go,
He
guys.
is the official OOR mascot for sure.
Yes. He's probably not watching. You see he's not a fan of Paul Ricard.
How does that make you feel, Malik? I know this track has a special place in your heart.
Well, there's a big reason why I'm sleeping outside this week. Nah, no way. So, as you can see, last lap for Sneakers was a 54.2, which is good enough for 13th, but definitely has a 53 in the bag. Definitely.
Can't be real.
No. If not, or if it is, we have issues. If it is, we have mass. This could be a 50.
This is
That's a low.
54 flat.
Look, that's a good bank.
It's a banker. It's a banker.
A second for pretty much 13 cars there. That's
How many
absolutely monumental.
pro teams did I say I thought there was?
14.
14.
Ah, I was a bit wrong. Only 3 off.
By that much.
Let's go Michael Young. I think Michael Young might be under duress here. He's not in the Honda. He's in the Nissan.
Okay, here's something.
What?
Because whilst we got 10 and a half minutes pretty much to go, like, should we check out some liveries?
Let's just... You had me at let's.
Wow.
Simple, elegant, no pain involved.
Yep, this just in. Team Nissan has run out of paint at factory. I like that. I'm a fan.
Not bad.
I didn't know there was brown in the middle. That's alright.
Yeah,
That's almost
don't mind
like
it.
golf livery, isn't it?
Is that the same colour brown we used on our Mercedes?
Let's not talk about it.
Not talking about that one.
That's yep, all the Odyssey Racing ones are pretty good.
This team's managed to jump up into second, so that's a 53.1.
87,000.
So only the top 3 teams so far, the only ones to improve on Russell's 53.5 in Pro-Am. So the Odyssey Racing, I love this livery. I couldn't say any other bad words about it. Hobbsy's now got a time on the board. 53.9 as Bakita into the 52s with the 52.794. Shock horror.
Yep. So we've got 2.5 more tenths to go for the prediction. I
I was talking
the
to Philippa earlier before quali tonight and asked a scary question about how fast she was going through that Mistral corner, and I'm scared to even repeat the speed.
not as fast as a Camaro, I bet.
Well, she did say 240 on Apex, so that was yes, terrifying.
That's good
I
to
think the
see.
Camaro was doing 240 down the straight.
No, through the
Definitely.
corner,
Do the corner.
not through the straight.
Yeah, I don't think the Chevy's doing 240 anywhere in the corner. If it is, it's not finishing the corner. Sneakers is back out there after a pit stop and now on a flyer. So just looking at more liveries.
I like it.
Like it.
Is that a Kovacs? Is that Kovacs?
It is one of the Kovacs teams. Kovacs Racing Purple.
It's a nice one. Nice.
Old Man Racing.
Speedy Mike.
Jacobs. That's interesting.
The yellow doesn't do it for me.
It doesn't pop enough because of the white.
It's
Yeah.
almost like quadrant-y, kinda.
Yeah.
Give me those vibes.
I have seen their logo though for their team channel on Facebook. I think it's Facebook. Really impressed with that. It's good quality branding. I'm a massive branding fan. Who else we got? Regan Herbert.
I think Mercedes can almost do 240 on the Apex.
Needs to because the straight
I don't
gets
hate it.
teared down.
Don't
Don't hate
This
it.
is out on the top end on it.
This is one I've noticed during practice. I really like this.
I met Ali in real life the other day.
So much so, I want this livery as the Nissan next season.
The
I love
off-white,
it.
I love
You met Ali You met Ali in real life, you said?
He came into my work. He was like, "You're Pat, right?" I was like, "Yes." Hello. He's like, "It's Ali." I was like, "What the hell?"
That's
What
awesome.
Kameli?
Crazy.
Did you give him a discount?
Did you kith?
Nah. Nah, COVID 1.5, please.
Poor Ali.
Poor Ali. No, he's a ripper. He's a ripper.
Yeah.
So was
Really
that
like
a
Ali.
confirmed season 7 livery right there, Mel?
Ah, no, I couldn't do it. It's
Just
a BDE
off-white
Motorsport
colour.
livery. I wouldn't rip them off. Or would I? Another one of the Odyssey. This would be the silver.
Ray, something. I don't know.
Silver, gold. No, it's not gold. Carud. Traditional
AF
Ferrari.
Corsa.
Old school livery.
It's, yep, that's AF Corsa, I think.
Yeah, I like that. Really like that too.
Oh, I like that. That's like
that's
the
not bad.
Williams.
That's fierce.
That's giving me Williams vibes. The old Williams.
Yep. Fierce.
Actually does look right with the
Oh.
red Ascent as well.
Not losing them in
Now,
a backyard, are ya?
this is polarising.
That is interesting.
This is a very traditional Aston Martin livery, and we have run it actually in the Sprint Series once, but it was a slight difference to the Sprint Series because we had coloured rims, and it was
Oh.
horrible. Oh,
Oh.
I just wish they couldn't select the pits at times.
I think that's my favourite. It's giving me like Tron vibes. I mean,
The old likes.
I think if the bronzy brown was a little bit brighter, perhaps, as Corey Sweet's off to
He's from Adelaide, wasn't
the
he?
garage to change the paint. Who else are we going to look on board with? We'll go back to Wookit, who is currently 5th with a 53.6. Now, top 8, sorry, I take that back. The top, wow, top 12 all into the 53s.
Well, there you go, Paddy. Matt in comments is going to say he's going to drag me down to meet you as well at work.
well,
Are we going to get discounts or are we still going to do
1.5,
COVID?
mate. 1.5.
1.5.
If you look at the times between 12th and 15th, it is absolutely stuff all. But
2 sets of identical times there, I think. 14th and 15th, and then
Yeah,
there was
Kyrud
7th
and,
and 8th.
and Sneakers are identical.
Yeah,
the
and
cut-off at the
7th and
moment's Sunjoto will be finishing 11th. So they're
There's three sets of identical times there, Paddy.
that's great to see. As did Piquet improve more? Oh wow! So the third's exactly the same time, 53.4. It's going to be tough.
And then P7 is the exact same time as well, which is now P8, I should say.
Triple 11.
Can we get 3 times exactly the same? Car 908 best livery from Jeremias. Jeremias races for car 908, so maybe slight bias, but we'll allow it.
loving this pit wall lap. I've never seen this app before. Is this someone's creation from Octane or?
No. This is a separate thing.
That's cool.
So the guys at Pitwall Live created that subscription base. You can join up. Works well, mate. Saves a lot of time on our end organising other things as Jacobs invalidates. Sanjodo. This is the 608 or the 908 car. Sorry, we take that back.
Do we know if the blue and red stripes at Paul Ricard are put into the game like they're supposed to in real life? You know how they're supposed to like slow you down or something?
No, there's no way they've done that. The physics for the blue is exactly the same as on track, as far as I'm aware. Maybe a little bit more slippery, but as far as slowing the car down, no. If you're unaware of how the paint works here on the different levels of abrasion, which slows down the car, as far as I'm aware. It needs more gravel traps at Paul Ricard though. No.
It does. The paint gets a bit sort of washy after a while.
And he begs to differ. You know.
They're definitely more abrasive, but they don't. I don't feel they slow you down. I'm going to experiment though next time we do a fun race here.
Man, everyone trusts what Ari says.
No, we don't, because he doesn't like Mazzano. How can you not like Mazzano?
Neither does Andy, and we trust him, I think, sometimes.
Yeah, Aris don't. Yeah, I'm not even going to touch that with
15
15 metre pole. We didn't look at this livery before. What are your thoughts?
That looks like the real life one.
This car?
It doesn't it? Don't Aston Martin. Or is it the F1?
There's more pink.
Closer to the F1.
Are they more pink? I don't know.
I thought there was more pink than that, but could be wrong.
Alright, so 2 minutes left. Reynolds on a fly there, not quite improving. So we'll stay on board with Reynolds now. He's P3 at the moment.
Sounds like a you problem, Andy.
He's invalidated. I don't think he's going to get around again for another lap.
Nah, unless he's Superman.
So maybe it's a P3. But into the shootout. That's all that matters. As Corey Sweets digs his way out of that bottom grouping up into P5 with a 53.4 and possibly through to the shootout. Oh,
you won't get one more, Scout. Are you kidding me?
If he drives like a madman, you might get there.
Got a minute to get around. Oh, it's possible, but Sector 3 is a little bit slower. We should watch and really put the pressure on.
Name a better duo, Andy and Mazzano.
Me and Brands.
Dave Hassar and Suzuka.
Myself and Paddy at 130R.
Okay. Bring me into it.
No, that'll be against the rules, Barney. You can't abuse track limits to get another lap in. That is an unfair advantage. And if that happens, you get deleted lap times, if may possibly DQ. So don't be doing that.
The stewards are always watching.
Gas Bender in the last corner.
He's got to get a lap in. He's got to get a lap in, Pat. We are wrong. Fancy that. Fancy being wrong all the time like us.
I'm only human.
Yeah. Well, it'd be a horrible thing if he invalidates the fucking first chicane here.
Turn one.
Here we go. Will he invalidate?
Don't curse him.
Why would
Jesus.
we say such a thing? Oh, that's water.
No, he's got it. He's
He's not good.
very cautious cross there.
Philip is in the pits. Didn't want to hit our time. That's unfortunate. 52.7 was the time. So if you got that on your bingo card, thumbs up.
Oh, I think we've done enough here, Mia, to get into that shootout. To be safe, needs to get into the 0.5s. And gets into 5th.
Well done.
Nice lap. Corey Sweets in the pits. Didn't finish that lap. I think should have the shootout spot secured. Jacobs doesn't improve.
Sadikas needs to find 4 tenths. At the moment, those two Pro-Am times are borderline. I can't remember what the second one was. What was Megan D's? 6 point what? Sorry, 0.6 what? Because you can...
7? Could be wrong.
Oh, I'll check back after this, but it's going to be very tight. Whoa. And what happened there?
See the other sessions? I can't see the other sessions.
What the fool? Did they just smack into the fence? I
different.
didn't watch that.
Well,
So the cutoff for 6:37. She's through. Oh, sorry. Yes, she's through. So that was P. It would have been the 10th fastest because you also had Russell who switches in. So Gallo just misses out, and Lowe just misses out by 3/1000ths.
that's a great effort. For the, is that their
That is
first event?
fantastic.
That is brilliant. 3/1000 separates 10th and 11th. So 324 car just misses out.
Well done.
Well done though. So there we go. There's the top 3 or top 10 times there. Makita, Smith, Reynolds, Jacobs, Rose. 577. Sweet. Then we have Russell, James, Carood, and then D. 637. Brilliant.
Interesting.
That is
Car
some flying times, by the way.
324. I had the fastest middle sector in quality.
Is that top 10 separated by, what, 4/10?
Something like that.
That
If
is
you,
insane.
if you exclude Makita's time in the 52s,
We don't count that. That's different. That's another level.
that's very true. But the stewards will just confirm all of that in case anything naughty happened during those sessions. And we'll have a bit of a 10-minute break here in the meantime. Pacey grid. I've always been saying Paul Ricard is a great endurance track. It's better than the sprints, and most of our sprint races are exciting to watch. It won't be as eventful incident-wise as, say, Imola. Gee whiz. But we'll finalise the grid shortly. Thanks for joining us though, Sean. Always a pleasure. I'll talk to you soon.
See you guys later. I'm going to go help the stewards out for the top 10.
Thank you very much, mate. Talk to you soon.
See you, mate. Have a
Hey
good
guys,
one.
enjoy.
Introducing David Benderfax McNulty. How are we, sir?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am well, thank you. How are you both?
Oh, fantastic, mate.
Doing great. This has been a great evening of qualifying, and it's only a snippet of what 8 hours are going to be like tomorrow.
How'd your team fare, mate?
Yeah, good. Raj did a good job in quali. Set a new PB. He's been chasing a 54.9 all week, and he just managed to snag it. So,
Brilliant.
I think
Things you love to see.
16th, 17th, something, or 18th. I can't remember the exact spot in the session, but it was, yeah, decent.
Top
Nice. So we're just waiting for the stewards to finalise the grid for this upcoming shootout. Yeah, how a shootout works, if you haven't seen a shootout in real life, it's teams take turns based on the top 10 reverse times to set a lap by themselves. They get one roll of the dice. If they invalidate, that is them done and dusted, and I can guarantee you there will be a team or two that do that. But how many? Or will we see 10 teams all set a valid time? We haven't. I don't think, honestly, we've seen that properly yet.
I don't think so either.
Thanks for subbing there, Lee Thorpe. But
Just while we got Bender in here, I want everyone to check out this link that I put in chat.
oh no.
That is just some context to some past happenings from the man himself.
Oh yeah, that link. Is that still on Google?
It's still there.
My
Rated 5
Apex.
stars. Yep. It's as a historical landmark. It's got 11
It's-
5-star reviews.
I can't believe it's still there. You've made it, Bender.
amazing.
You know you made it when you're on Google Maps.
Mate, my life has peaked I should just give up now.
No, never.
How do we frame that? Oh, you know what we do? We have to get Bender to the next like French Grand Prix and take a photo on like the runoff there or something. That would be peak.
So you'll see some cars exiting the server. Those cars have been eliminated from the shootout. Cars that are in the shootout are heading out there now to do their business, to get themselves prepared for the shootout. I'll change that up.
Yeah, Sonny, we saw that. That's if anything, that's just a good sign of your pace. You know, those top 10 qualifiers were very fast times, so you should be proud of your pace, I think.
Yeah, 3 1,000ths. That's brilliant. What was the slowest pro time?
54, low 54, I'd say.
54.4, which is still cracking pace. Which in Pro-Am class, 54.4, about 5th or 6th in Pro-Am. But again, these teams are based off the team classes, not individual times. And for a few drivers out there, it's their first qualifying session in a big event like this, so a lot of pressure. Who takes pole? It's hard to go past the Porsche of the team, maybe 22 car, which is Bakita tonight. But if she can't get the lap in, which is very easy to do, you can invalidate super easily here at Paul Ricard. I think any of those teams in this 10 have a fair chance to claim pole, even the 2 Pro-Am teams that have snuck in.
Yep. And I think Philip is usually quite good at holding and using those nerves to get the best lap time possible. So I'd say she's probably a pretty good shot, but you know, things happen.
That's it.
It's an 8-hour event, you know.
What was her time
exactly.
in pro quali?
52.7? 52.7?
I think so. I'm just going to quickly check the official spreadsheet we have here for qualifying.
I'm going to say that in the sprint out, the sprint top 10 shootout, she will do a 57.9 or 58.
57.9.
Yeah, she'll go slower.
She's gone 6 seconds.
Oh, sorry, what did you say? What was it? 53
52.7.
52.7. Okay, 52.9. Sorry, 52.9, 53.0. Yeah, usually everyone goes a couple of tenths slower because you only get the 1 lap, and if you invalidate it, you start 10th.
Yeah.
So, I don't think in any of the shootouts, the events, the fastest time has been faster in the shootout than the pro quali.
Wasn't O'Hara at Bathurst? Wasn't his shootout time like a bit faster, or was it like the exact same? Andy, you here?
I think it could be exactly the same, maybe marginally faster. He's probably the only one that would have been close.
I swear he was like 4 tenths faster in his shootout lap, but I could be wrong.
We're back now. How are we?
Good.
So
Bender's
I will. Yes.
Said that he doesn't think anyone's done a better shootout lap than the qualifying session lap.
I
The fastest time
think.
in the shootout is slower than the fastest time in the pro quali.
I think one of the early special events that wasn't the case, but recent times due to the tyre windows of not being able to warm them up enough is true. So I think it's 1.7. One of those patches, yeah, it takes a couple of laps to get them up to temps. But you can kind of get around that a little bit by smashing a bit more PSI in. But we'll wait and see if that trend continues. The top 10 teams will be for the shootout in the order they will appear. We've got Worn Tyre Tribe, Megan D. She'll be the first one out there for the shootout, followed by Rockets Evolved, Benjamin Caroud. Maximum Pace Racing's Zachary James. No Ideas, Paul Russell. 96 Racing's Corey Sweets. Tim Race Sim Prince, Mia Rose. Speedy Mott Racing 1's Sean Jacobs. the Stooges, Ashton Reynolds, Odyssey Racing Golds, Jeremy Washington, and last cab off the rank will be Team Maybe's Philippa Bokita.
Didn't they have a different team name? Wasn't it something about cams? Night team
Yes,
or
we probably. I might have changed that as a bit of a joke. But the top 10 teams, if you exclude the top time, less than 5 tenths between second and 10th. 53.8 there from Reynolds. This is just a warm up. Bit of a shakedown here before shootout. What are we thinking, chat? What's the time going to be?
So for those that don't know, the shootout format is going from slowest qualifying to fastest qualifying across all classes. Top 10, the 10th going first, get their outlap and then one flying lap to set the best time to set the top 10 grid for the start of the race tomorrow.
I'm just sliding that up there, guys, that are on the broadcast just for a second.
Yep.
Just referencing it for something.
I don't think we can see it anyway. I think we're looking at stream element.
Oh, perfect. Look, screen share. Excellent. Akita, we're going to go Jacobs and James. I'm just going to throw a poll up in a second. Sweet. Karood. Rose. So I'm just doing a poll. I'm going to group drivers together because we can't do 10 different options. Pretty sure what everyone will pick, but you never know.
Manufacturers. There's 4? Is that right?
D and Russell. So I'm going to go by driver last name rather than the team names here. So who claims pole? I hope I've got all 10 teams there. If not, my inbox is open. So they're the groupings. Bakita, Jacobs or James, will they claim pole? Will we see Washington, Sweet or Karood? Will we see Rose or Reynolds? Or will we see one of the Pro-Am teams claim pole in D or Russell? Get voting chat.
Wait. Jeremy Washington's not doing qualifying, is he?
I don't know. That's what's in the sheet here. That's what the team is. So if it's Washington, it'll be... If that's anyone's fault, that would be someone else's in our steward team. I'm not going to name names.
Zach Smith, I think, is instead of Washington.
Name.
It's probably not updated on our other sheet.
That's alright.
So it's technically my fault anyway. So Washington is also... Is this Odyssey Racing Gold? I should have done the team name, but... played myself.
Missed it by that much.
So that would
yeah.
actually that would be named off maybe the driver 1.
Look, it doesn't matter. She'll be right. Wait, was JP here? Wasn't JP here a second?
Yeah, so that would be Smitty maybe.
And then he left.
Yeah, that's Zachary Smith, sorry. Instead of Washington Smith. Just pretend that's what that says. I'll just edit the poll actually. Nope, can't do that. It's there forever.
Crap it.
Fuck.
Well, you can cancel the chook raffle we're going to run tomorrow.
Hey, Trey. Oh.
Alrighty, so we've got 82% of the votes at the moment. Got 40 votes in. 82% towards the combination of Bakita, Jacobs and James. 2% of votes for D and Russell. I like that. The underdog. I wish we could pay out on these like we could on another platform, but
How do we get our octanes?
not
Mate,
to be.
Transferred
I
over.
miss my 540,000 octane.
You can't take them to the grave. You can take them to the grave though.
Look, they're not going anywhere, I guess.
Yeah,
Unless you're
that's
spending them offline.
didn't
You
even
never
that was a
know.
thing.
Sure.
Let's look at what people are predicting here for pole. So 52.9, 52.8, 53 flat, 51.6 for stick death. So that's the range, 52.6 to 53 flat. Any more predictions?
Close.
Win yourself a sticker. Welcome to 87 Octane. Thank you very much, Madison, for joining and becoming a channel member. This is why I love you. 52.555 for Paul Kranich. Alright, us three have got to predict the fastest time. I'm going to say 52.646.
52.749.
Write it in chat so we've got proof. Oh, thank you very much, Stick Death, and a guy called Pat Thick for becoming channel members. Much love to you two
Get
gentlemen.
around it.
And Juzzy, thank you. Mr. Clayton. We're not far away.
Scam train here.
Alright, we are kicking off. We are kicking
Oh, we
off.
get an emote too. You love to see it.
Oh, there'll be more emotes coming. I haven't done those yet, and I'm big sorry. I've just trolled you all. You've been ripped off.
No scam train here, Juzzy.
So as we
But-
said, Megan Derby first one on the board.
Megan D. Look, they had an amazing performance in the Pro-Am quali, so I expect another great lap here.
Just very quickly on the scams. Does everyone remember the Nigerian prince scam from
Only
years ago, where
2012?
you needed to send money and you'd get promised millions from a Nigerian prince? Well, the #1 rated scam in 2021 is exactly that scam, except he's from Ghana.
Wow.
Is that the first bender fact of the weekend?
Yes, it is.
Thanks, mate. That's
Okay.
another ripper.
Yeah, brilliant. So watch out for the Ghanaian princes and princesses promising you money, everyone.
Most
It's a
have
scam.
So what you're telling us is that you've sponsored.
This stream
I'm
is
just waiting to
sponsored
get
by
my
Ghana.
millions from my Ghanaian prince.
You already given them your bank details, or?
Yep, all that stuff.
Right.
It's just unfortunate how many people actually like
Well,
believe in
that's
that kind of thing. Yeah, that's why people should get an internet license. Turn 18, and then when you get above the age of like 75, you need to get the internet license.
The internet license. I actually like that.
Yeah, go down to the police station. You have to do an internet test to test if you can sense satire and sarcasm. Those are the two big ones. Because people read into too much media stuff sometimes and get it wrong. Like people think the Batuta Advocate is a real
Yeah.
tabloid.
Hey, to cut you off there, Pat. 2 secs.
No.
We are on a fly here with Megan D.
And she showed us what she showed us a glimpse of during that session.
I'm just going to fix something. All I'm worried about here is I'm hoping all drivers can manage to get a lap time in. We're going to keep picture in picture going. Just see where they are on the track. So far, very nice to hear. This set of corners, if you're unfamiliar with Paul Ricard, can really do your head in. 2 seconds.
Also, thanks for joining
Wanted to say that for so
all
long.
of you lovely people out there. We had Ryan Green, Bryce Meddings, Moritz,
Oh, yeah.
Sonny, Franco, Mia, JC.
Thank you very much. I actually wasn't looking at that screen. Thank you very much. 30 new members.
Feel free to give me that 2-6-10 anytime tomorrow.
What I need, Pat, is a button that says 2 secs 10.
Oh, surely on like voice meter or something.
Yeah, we'll find it. I
The
don't
old
want to.
soundboard out.
Yeah.
Old sound build. And awesome. That's fantastic that also the members have green writing as a name to distinguish that.
And-
We will
and the
tinker.
badge.
And a badge. That badge does improve as you go. So, from what I've seen so far, Megan D, fantastic lap here. High pressure situation. Our first driver in the shootout. What are we going to see here, Pat? Will it be a 53s?
I think so.
Losing all of the exit curve there. Don't think the car got too unsettled. This is a good time, 53.9.
Yes, great lap. I think an interesting thing to keep an eye on will be the driver's pace through 130L on their flying
Yes, we'll keep an eye on that. I'm only here for the badge. The badge is everything. Franco saying blue is better. Obviously blue is for mods. Oh, Nathan Van Horn. Haven't seen that name for a while. Great to see you there, mate. For me, it's the easiest part to invalidate is the first chicane, because you can really push to get back on that throttle.
Yeah, definitely got the exit of 2.
It's
And
here.
the inside of turn 1. It's also
Yeah, very
keeping the
cautious
fourth
there.
rate.
Yeah. Even down here is quite tricky.
Yeah, the wide entry rather, really can throw you off sometimes.
I just wish that we had like a way in which to compare the lap time to the current fastest lap, because that delta means diddly squat, and that's generally why we don't use this HUD too often.
Like in iRacing, how you can go like best of the session or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So the poll is saying Bakita, Jacobs and James, 80% of the votes here. If you get your car into the 53s here for the shootout, you've done your team proud. Not saying that you haven't done your team proud to be here, but
30. Not bad.
230?
Bad apex speed, yeah.
That's what you can carry through here as well. A lot of people scrub a bit too much speed off that corner.
Really got to stay in the groove there. That camber really helps you, and if you get out of there just a little bit, it's pretty tough to keep your time through there.
Daniel Gray. G'day, champion. Thought you could escape me on YouTube. Looks like we're off to Facebook next, everybody. He's found us. We've been caught.
And co-streaming on TikTok at the same time.
Should we go to Mixer maybe?
Oh, yes, we can. Rip in peace. As what we're going to get here from Benjamin Carood, 54.1. P2.
Effort. That's a good lap still.
Oh, of course. In the shootout, you're probably expecting that you might not get your tyres in the window as you normally would. I don't think many people have actually practiced that shootout lap. You don't really need to. You just got to make sure that you maybe put a little bit more tyre pressure in. That's Charlie Sheen's corner mullock. Could be.
Zach James going across the line to start a lap.
I think there's absolutely 0 Bentleys in this special event. Cheshire Wings have been banned. Wait, no, what do they call this season?
That's a good question. Don't know. It should be called HMAS Boatley. Boatley McBoatface? Maybe that's what it's called.
it.
There we go.
Bodie McBoatface.
We got him.
Boatley McBoatface.
We've got him. Yeah, no boats. I want to enter the event just to drive the boat. But I've got something else
I'll
on.
ask a question here. Has Zach James perhaps figured something out with warming tyres? I mean, look at his brake bias.
He's got his magic on still.
Yeah. Has he found something that'll help warm the tyres without compromising performance, perhaps?
Possibly. It's a few little nifty tricks some people do.
Double-edged blade though, if you forget it.
Yeah, liking on YouTube. Obviously, a lot of you have watched us on Twitch for quite some time. Obviously, there's no like button on Twitch.
That was 231 was apex speed there.
231, very similar.
So seems to be a bit of a trend.
That corner is quite a challenge. It's easy to take it too wide or too narrow. Other side of the lap, sometimes it's very hard to determine how the lap actually looks. What we've seen from shootouts in past, and we thought, oh, that's pretty poor.
Shallow.
P1. Not the most ideal Sector 3 there from what I saw. Still a great lap, 54.3. So P3 from Zachary James.
Up again slower.
Yeah, Megan D's just put in a great lap to start it off, so...
Pro-Am entrant, currently on pole position here for Paul Ricard, 8 hour.
So I think that's one of the advantages. Me personally, you either want to be first or last in the show. You don't want to be anywhere else in the middle because then you've just got times everywhere to think about.
Yeah, there is one Lambo. There's no Audis in the GT3 class, Hondas or Bentleys.
It's sad, but, you know...
Yes, Stray Bulls are running a Lambo. That's their car. They love it. Russell, who snuck into that top 10 from Pro-Am class. Oh, on that
was
limit
wide.
there. That was great.
Good line.
Good line. I thought that was drifting wide there.
First sector's very satisfying when you can do it right at this track, I will admit, coming over that little crest.
Paulie the sandbagger. Actually, this team joined 12 hours ago. Due to the lockdown in Melbourne, we have a couple of late entries with the teams. Also, an event was cancelled this weekend for some of the top drivers. And Andy O'Hara said, get fucked mullock.
Yep.
It's not Mazzano though, O'Hara. Now Andy's probably working. Or preparing for Mazzano because he loves it. Alright, what's this apex speed here, Pat?
I'm going to say 34.
32.
28.
29. 29. But
Maybe
this,
they're just trying to survive.
so we should. Look, it's fair. Oh, very wide there. That line through there is brilliant. Not quite getting out to the outer apex there, though. Did he carry enough speed through? He's nailed that section. I cannot be buggered saying the corner names here at Paul Ricard. This is Baguette.
Bender's apex.
This is Baguette off to Escargot to Bender's apex. Oh, again, they haven't quite nailed that last corner. It's still competitive. I think this might go P1 though.
Yes, it will.
52, 53, 53.8.
Oh.
Send does 1/10.
Wow. Nice job. 2 Pro-Ams in the top 2 positions. Things you love to see.
It's things you love to see. All drivers have set quite competitive time so far. Probably not on their PBs, but still competitive in the shootout nonetheless. Over to Corey Sweet with 9-6 Racing.
See, Andy, it doesn't matter because you won't be seeing Masano anyway because it's at night, you know. So, it's like you're driving somewhere else.
Got to run Mazzano in a Porsche in reversal. I'm
Imagine
gonna.
if it rains at Masano. Oh.
It will look spectacular. On this game, night racing in the rain is mint. Mint.
Honestly, that should be a conditional sign up. You're signing up for a wet 8-hour Masano.
I might actually put a little disclaimer down for some of these sign-ups about your computer specs.
Oh,
Make
yeah.
sure you test your PC running a big grid. At night, it's not too bad. It's only that transition that gets a lot of people. But run it in the wet, just in case.
I know Nürburgring's bad in the wet. I mean, you know, at night.
I think
Pretty
Suzuka, it was either sundown or sunup, was a bit of a CPU killer.
Whatever time we did that event at, the 100 for 100, that was a CPU killer.
Yeah, that was Suzuka.
So, see that?
Apex speed here.
2.9.
Got followed off 229, 230.
It's not all. It's not bee's knees though. Well, that's what we saw for P1.
But they, someone in chat said that the last Ferrari's top speed on the straight was 284, so that's quite quick in a straight line. But that
Yeah,
Ferrari
well.
is known for that.
Oh, a little bit squirrely there. He's nailed a couple of corners prior though.
He's pushing.
It's going to come down to that last corner. Can he nail the turn in and get on that throttle? Not.
Corey is
It's easy to miss. Shallow. But should be okay.
This might go.
No, he's missed it.
53.4!
Oh,
Boom!
No. He easily had it.
Fucked.
Boom!
Great lap, Corey. Take that.
Great lap there from 96 Racing. Over to Mia Rose for the Race Sim Prince team. I'd love to see it. Can we get 100 likes before this shootout ends?
Got 13 to go, and then Max will get fed, everyone.
I was about to say, 100 likes, Max gets fed.
It's been the story all night. I can sense Corey fist bumping in his rig right now. Just want to say.
So has anyone picked a 53.427 yet?
I don't think so.
Very different line there through that sector. A lot more inside apex than a lot of other drivers have been using, and didn't unsettle that Aston one little bit.
Is this the first front engine car you've seen in the shootout?
Zach James.
Oh, Zach James too, so.
Yes. Second. You're very close though. You're only one off. Malik 52.646. So I beat. I'm the closest so far in the commentary box. I'm still 2/10 away though. No, actually, what am I talking about? I thought that said 53. I've just
Ben's the closest.
just played myself again.
And I'm in the middle.
Attention to detail, Mal.
The numbers, Mason, what do they mean?
Who do I vote for? Go, Eugene Sand, the spaceman. How are you, sir?
24, 224.
Oh!
Wow. Brown flag on the
Yeah,
track.
there's a new set of undies there, that's for sure.
Too many Jillikers, Batman.
Did hold a lot of mid-corner speed there. She is throwing everything into this car.
That's a good line through there. That shallow entry is a bit better for the exit, I think.
The top 10 shootout sets the top 10 for the grid tomorrow's race.
That looks pretty good. Is this going to be a spicier meatball?
Yeah, I knew there was a little bit too squirrely in a couple of corners. Still a great time though, 54 flat.
That brown flag may have cost them a couple of tenths there, but still.
Yeah,
Looks an 8-hour event. That's a great effort.
exactly
for one lap.
right. Still fourth. It's not going to have much difference at the start of the race, as you said. It's an 8-hour event. I'm good, thank you, sir. Alright, this time we have Sean Jacobs for the Speedy Mite Racing #1 outfit.
Oh, no, I want whatever you had for dinner, mate. Honestly. I think that's outrageous.
Jacobs. I just want to see everyone have a valid lap.
Yeah, you want everyone to get in there.
Do, but
Oh,
history
love
suggests
it.
there's always someone that comes a crop up.
Yes, there's always one team. Sometimes two.
But you want to make sure you're putting your best lap together as well. So that's obviously pushing it and putting the car on the edge. And, you know, you'd rather invalidate it pushing, I guess, than go too carefully.
And also, in the grand scheme of things, it's an 8-hour race. If you're P3 or P10, it's not a huge difference over 8 hours.
Yeah, it's as if you really kind of place yourself in the wrong spot during the normal qualifying phase. So you normally think you're around 12th, 15th area, and then you qualify 40th due to a few mistakes. And that's probably where you're going to struggle, just with that speed difference. What was we there? That was
231.
looking tidy, holding that over that 130. KPH. Oh, a very wide line. They haven't probably on the throttle a bit too soon. Had to back off, but I think that wasn't too bad.
There's a few different lines you can take through there.
I like that wider entry. You just got to be patient on that throttle. And this corner can just get in the bin. Avoids the outside limits. What is it going to be? This looks pretty promising. 53.5. P2 front row.
Nice lap. Nice work. So we are down to our last 3 drivers to put in a flying lap.
Great work there, Speedy Mite. So 9-6 Racing and Speedy Mite in the top 2.
Washington's in the car now.
No, it'll update.
Ashton Reynolds.
No, the left screen shows driver 1 until they get out on the track. That's just an ACC thing. Smart. 5 more likes to 100. Then my dog gets fed. Let's go, Reynolds.
Going in chat saying this man has a massive dong.
Oh, he's nailed that first
That was a great
chicane.
lap there.
Fully commit. Oh, wow.
He's got massive.
Oh, he's nominated!
Gone. Lap's gone.
Oh, Scout, get in the bin. You just...
Well,
Oh, that's sad reacts only,
Ashwin,
please.
We'll get an invoice from Scott Blair to you. That's all right, mate. Oh dear.
Oh, it feels bad. So our first invalidation for our shootout. It happens at least once every shootout. And Scout has cursed his teammate by telling me he has a massive dong, to quote.
Wow.
Well, I mean, would you rather start P3 or would you rather have immortality and fame on stream by Scope saying you have a massive dong? It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. Oh, well. They will still start in the top 10. They'll just have the work cut out early on to try and hang on to that top 10 spot and get past. Yeah, it was just too much weight in the dong, and it cost them mid-corner stability. Anyway, over to Zachary Smith for Odyssey Racing Gold. They changed their numbers and colour combinations more than I change my undies, so it's sometimes hard to keep track.
Well,
So at least twice a week.
dear.
I had to use that joke. It's just so good. Anyway.
Waiting on that since Tuesday, haven't you?
I have. It's last time I changed them.
Oh no.
Anyway.
Zach Smith, here we go. Business end of the shootout.
Everyone with 3 likes off getting Max fed this week. Come on. Can we do 100 likes?
Very wide. Probably the widest entry we've seen so far. On the limit. Another one. Very similar to Reynolds. But we know what happened here for Reynolds. For the Stooges. Reincarcerated. Is that what we want? No, I don't think that's good.
Are you...
COVID
I don't
standards.
think so.
No, I don't think so either. Reincarnated? Is that what I wanted?
Yeah, not
Go with
reincarcerated.
reincarnated.
Yeah, I'm like, well, he has been reincarcerated because now he didn't get the lap in. Oh dear. Anyway, this is why you pay the big bucks.
Max is getting fed this week. Nice work, Street.
I can buy myself a thesaurus
Give
and
him
a
pat.
dictionary.
100 pats for 100 likes.
I put an e-confirmation on that rumour going around. Please send it to Cam's OnlyFans.
234 apex speed for Zach Smith. Wow.
That's
He
fast.
is pushing.
Right, we're going to end the poll now. This is what you voted.
Wow.
77% predicted Bakita, Jacobs and James. Currently Sweet, who's in the Washington Sweet Karoo bracket. But Smith's also... So Washington should be Smith in that poll. This is looking great.
This is going to be a provisional poll.
Not as wide into the last corner, but again, it's one of those corners you can take quite different. This is pole 100%. 53 points, flat, bang, boom! 53 flats.
Boom on that. We're getting close to Bender's prediction.
Yeah, pretty close. 10th off.
52.931.
And last one, Papa Bokita. So all the times are done. She knows what she has to beat.
That's all you, Bender.
So for that poll that we ran, we if you predicted Washington Sweet Karoo, you are currently in the box seat. That is beautiful through there. Oh, 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 oh!
What a
Brown
save.
flag. Go Brown.
That's a Porsche save. That is epic. That
And
will cost
probably
her.
still accelerating. You know, Porsche things.
Might have lost a couple of tenths there, but we know what Bakita can do.
Right, she had 3 or 4 to play with to start with.
So she's one of the top 3 teams to head out there after qualifying for a photo shoot. Is that pole done? No way. No way. Still a chance to get pole. We wait with bated breath. Let's look at the top speed here for the Porsche. It's not everything. If you run a lot of wang, go for other sectors. 241!
41, wow.
on
That
earth?
is disgusting.
It is disgusting.
Take my money.
And onto the throttle a lot sooner there. Dipped under 130, but you can see just bang on that throttle. Slow in, fast out. Big winner. I honestly think this is pole, regardless of that little mistake. I'm calling it now. This is pole position.
No, I don't think so. I think she's just off.
So find out. Here we go. 51, 52, 53, 52.93! 96! What a number! 96 thousandths. Get in there. So even that mistake in Sector 1, Philippa Bakita has put Team Maybe on pole position for tomorrow's Paul Ricard 8 hour.
Nice work. Great lap. Bender was very close on that prediction as well.
Did
That's a
say
great
she'd do a
lap.
52.9.
Nice work, Philippa.
Done well,
Well
Bender, as well.
deserved.
I didn't think it would be that exciting of a 52.9 though.
Great job from the other drivers. What? Less than a tenth to Zach Smith. That's a great effort as well.
Oh, it is. It's fantastic. Cameron Farm, if you're watching, you feel free to skip through the next session. It should save the times. Just make sure they say on server. But yeah, absolutely epic. We could watch that lap back.
Let's do it.
Actually, don't skip yet, Cam. If you just heard that, I'll take that back. So this is with the lap. That was pole position. No, it wasn't. That was the fastest lap I've ever seen. All right, so can we watch that mistake back and the save? Let's save the whole lap.
This is just the Porsche in a nutshell. Like, you are still accelerating and saving at the same time.
Brilliant.
That so easily could have been invalidated.
Well deserved, Philippa.
Yeah, well done, Philippa. Great lap. You stopped sandbagging.
You guys get chat before I do. I'm like, she's not even in chat. I want to watch that mid corner speed after Mistral. That's
41. So what was that? 8 kilometers faster than the second fastest car we saw.
Yeah, Smithy was killing it at, I think it was, what, 234?
Yep.
And Bakita was just like, nah, 242. See you later.
Hold my beer.
hold my beer.
That's a Porsche thing.
Yeah, but how on, like, knife edge is this? This has got to be all of it, right?
Yeah, just keeping that throttle.
She's never
Pretty
off.
planted.
Oh my god. Except on legs.
See, and that's one of the lowest big corner speeds that I saw, but what it did, it allowed it to tuck in and get back onto that throttle a lot sooner and just blast through this rest of this sector.
These are on it.
Just love to see it. Those that are new to racing, or even if you're not new to racing, just watching this shootout back and watching all the different types of lines that these drivers take, you can always take some tips from it. And that was it.
Great job, Philippa. Well done. me and all the other drivers that made the super sprint. What is it called? Super.
A shootout, mate.
Shootout.
Top 10
There we go,
shootout.
there.
We got that.
Well done, everyone.
Words. Yeah, they're hard tonight.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
I got 8 hours of that tomorrow, so it's just a warm up.
Same, mate. Me need party blob. So the top 3 drivers will head out and do a little bit of a parade lap, so we get a bit some photo shoots. But yes, that was fantastic. Another great shootout. Shout out there to the Stooges, car 101. They were the only team yet to set a time, or unable to set a time in the shootout, so they'll start 10th. But yeah, so it'll be Bakita, Smith, Sweet, Jacobs, Russell, D, Rose, Carew, James, and Reynolds. The top 10 for the shootout. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, but you?
Oh, definitely. If this is anything to go by, I think if we can get 8 hours of good racing, then, you know, maybe even some weather. Wink, wink.
Yeah, rain would be nice. But should be a good race tomorrow. I'm off to find some Benderfax for you all tomorrow, so I will see you tomorrow. It's not playing on the broadcast.
Mate, let's
See
be
you
honest.
around.
You've already got them in your room.
Yeah. You've got a
I've got. You want to know how many I've
Scrapbook.
really got? I've got 46 I need to choose between.
sort of scrap.
Wait, before you leave, can I just... What do you do during the week? Do you literally like prepare with Benderfax, but yet you don't study with the race that we're actually at?
Yes.
I love your priorities.
Like, someone's going to do it. So it's a tough job, but, you know, someone's going to do it.
Oh, anyway, mate. Thanks for joining us tonight, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Alright. See you, everyone.
Yeah, Bender.
Right, so this is our top 3 from tonight. What have we
Someone
got?
asked, in game, the race starts at 10 AM with a 1 times multiplier.
That is correct.
Well, I may as well go rest up so I can learn some more English before this time tomorrow, Molly.
No worries, mate.
I'll leave you to
Thanks
it.
for joining
I'll
us, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good sleep.
You too, mate.
See you, buddy. So there we go. That's our top 3 from tonight. We've got Team Maybe, Philip Bakita, putting the car on pole position by 96 thousandths over Zachary Smith, Odyssey Racing Gold, I'm going to go with. And we've got, I think that's it, it's Corey Sweet in the 96 Racing car in the McLaren. So Porsche, Ferrari, McLaren, top 3. You love to see it. Another brilliant shootout. So thanks for everyone for joining us tonight. We'll be back tomorrow from about 1:30 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time for our 8-hour race, as we look forward to another great event on ACC. Have a great night, and we'll see you guys and girls tomorrow. All right. Bye-bye.